on today? Ida Marie's on, welcome, and Olia's on, welcome. Well, it is a beautiful day here once again. It is currently about 21, 22 degrees, going up to 27, 28 today, so it'll be a nice one. I have been getting ready for my vacation. I have one more week of work, and then I'm going to be on vacation for 3 weeks. So part of getting ready for the last couple days is trying to clean out my phone. My phone has had, well, yesterday it had 5,000 pictures and almost 1,000 videos on it. It is getting quite full. So what I wanted to do before I went away is I wanted to transfer all of that onto an external hard drive in case something happened to my phone. Got broken, got lost along the way, got stolen, who knows what it is. I didn't want to lose all those memories and all the pictures and videos and things like that on there. So I've been transferring those off bit by bit. Rather than just plugging my phone in and letting it go and take 3 or 4 days, I've had to do it all manually. So that's what I've been doing the last little while. Whenever I get a spare moment, I get my phone, airdrop things over, and try to do things at the same time. Welcome, Stephen from Australia. You're on too. Welcome, Joe. Oli is on, as I've said. Yeah. So, and Ida Marie. So we've got a few people already started. The regulars are on. That's great. Oh, Joe, before I forget, not getting a chance to go down to Dartmouth to see the stamp show today. Just wasn't in the cards to drive 2.5 hours down, do however much long taping I would do there, and drive 2.5 hours back. There are too many other things on the go right now, so I'll make up for it with having 2 stamp shows to go to in September. I'll have the local stamp show on the 12th of September, and then the big Royal in Fredericton, New Brunswick on the 20th, so I'll be up for those. Welcome, Media in Finland. You're on as well now. That's great. Looks like we've got 5 people starting. A little bit different than last week where I went live and within a moment we had almost 70 people on, and it was a little bit hectic. I think some of them were there just to make trouble, but some of them probably were just popping in to see what this was all about. And doing it 132 times. This is the 132nd Saturday in a row that we've been doing live streams. It's been quite something. There might be an interruption though when I'm on vacation with that one of those Saturdays. I may not be live streaming depending on what my internet connection is like and my time frame. Also things like the very first Saturday of September. Normally I show you what responses I've got to the question. I won't be doing that because I'll be away the first Saturday, so it'll be the 2nd Saturday in September that we do it. I don't want to miss out on anybody's cards that potentially have arrived and responses that have arrived. And I also don't want to jam-pack my vacation with my wife with live streams. So yeah. But I am going to do my best. Oh, welcome Aaron from Colorado. I am going to do my best to take as much video while I'm away and pictures while I'm away, and if I get a chance I will upload some videos while I am on my trip. But hello. But yeah, it is a trip, so I'm gonna work less. Let's say that. Oh, welcome Basil. Everybody's doing good, I think. Well, I can only speak for myself. I'm doing well. Yeah, it'll be appreciated if we get some thumbs up there as well. I'm going to bring this up in the background as well, too, to make sure everything is running in order. Looks like we've got a few things going there. I think you guys should be able to hear me well. Hello, Basil. It's going good, thank you. Always catching you at dinner time, Basil. Yes, back home again. I was only away for work for a few days, so Tuesday through Thursday. So it worked out well. Yeah, but pretty soon we'll be gone again. No more work trips, I don't think, before I leave, which is good. I can just focus on getting the mail out Monday through Friday next week and then off on vacation. Hello, Mark. I got your parcel sent off to you, so hopefully it'll arrive in good time. Everything except for that painting, of course. It all went back into an envelope. Erin said she had 12 or 10 postcards that arrived at their destination, so now I get to send 10 more. You enjoy sending more than receiving. What about me? Sometimes I'm a bit selfish. I like receiving the postcards. Sometimes it is a chore to send them off, but I've been enjoying decorating them and things like that. I would prefer to be doing less more often than more in one fell swoop. That's tend to what I do on Sundays. I do up all my official ones all that day. I'm not sure how many I've got. I had 3 last week, but I am pretty sure I've probably got about 8 or 9 to do for tomorrow. And then I work on my direct swaps during the week. So that's kind of how I do my thing. World Postcard Day excitement has begun. Yeah, I see a lot of people posting the cards that they're going to be sending. I really like all the different mailboxes again this year that seem to be popping up. So it'll be interesting to see what cards show up in my mailbox. Adam Ray is a random sender on Post Crossing now. Whatever works for you. So if you can send out 1 or 2 cards in a week, that's great. If you can maximize your slots and send them all out, even better. But you're welcome, Mark. I hope it gets there very quickly. I do have Veronica's parcel to send off now too. I've got everything here. I got her address, so that'll hopefully go in the mail on Monday. And then I've got some other ones that people have asked for, and I've got direct swaps to respond to, so that'll happen throughout the week. Thank you, Basil. It'd be nice to see all these different mailboxes when they arrive. Most of my World Postcard Day cards are going out before October 1st, though, so people that are expecting a cancellation on October 1st might be disappointed for me, because I'm just trying to get them out there before I go on vacation. And then people will have them by October 1st, hopefully. But for me, getting them in return, it'll be interesting to see what shows up in the post box. Oh, prices were cheaper in Spain for postage than they are in Finland, Media? 33 postcards, that's a lot to send while on vacation. I can tell you while I'm on vacation, I'm not planning on sending postcards. That's not in my things to do. I think I'll have a lot of other things going on. I can't take time to write postcards while I'm away. Oh, nice. You've ordered some stickers, Joe. Cool. And you got a few in? Your decorating skills will begin now, then. Always makes a big difference when you can have options too. Different stickers, different washi tape, different color pens if that's your thing, if you're a proficient writer. Whatever you like to do. I used to be put a stamp on the card, put the address, and write my blurb, and that was it. And then I progressed to a little bit of washi, and then a little bit of stickers, and now a lot more washi, a lot more sticker. So it can be a slippery slope that you can find yourself in. And then it's like, well, yeah, I have these stickers and this washi, but I don't have any of this theme or this color anymore. I might need to get some more. So my office is crowding in around me all the time for all the ephemera that seems to be showing up. And then sometimes I think, wouldn't it be nice to have some nice paper to write on if you're writing letters? And I was like, no, you're not getting into that. Yeah, big learning curve for sure. I was lucky to have people like Jilly B and Renee to start encouraging me early on, and then finding people like Jesse Opina and Olia of recent days. I mean, there's been lots of people that are fantastic decorators that I've drawn inspiration from. Isabel's on. Well, welcome, Isabel. And Jackie's on too. That's great. We are getting more and more people showing up. Some of our regulars, some of the people that are usually part of our replay crew are making it to the live today. That's fantastic. We're covering different parts of the globe now too. Oh, Olia, I heard that Poland is looking to try to get the Olympics in 2040 and 2044, so that'd be interesting if they got the Olympics. Oh, you're cheating while you're at work. You're online too at the same time. Okay, well, don't get caught. Don't get in trouble for doing it, but I'm glad you made it on to say hello. And if you guys are following Ida Marie on Instagram, she's been putting out some really cool things from the Postal Museum lately, so lots of neat topics there. Same with Joe, JC Philately. He's been putting out some really cool Instagram posts about different Olympic stamps that he's been getting. "24 degrees in Finland." Yeah, we're about 27, 28 here is the expected high today. We haven't really had a break. I mean, in the evening, yes, it's getting a little cooler. Sometimes it's down to 10 and 12 degrees at night, but during the days, every day, it's mid to high 20s or low 30s. We're not getting the 40s anymore, which is nice. Okay, Olia. Sorry if I'm speaking too quickly. I realize though that you do watch it, and you watch this video twice. You watch it live, which is fantastic, and then you go back and you watch it again in replay so you can get the subtitles. And you went to a big stamp show in Connecticut. Okay. Yeah, I'm always here to promote. It's 11 degrees in Australia right now in their winter. Yeah, I'm always willing to promote other people's channels and Instagram accounts and all the rest of the stuff that's out there. Just like when Joe from North Carolina asked me to put it out there to send cards to his mother, I was very happy to do that. And so actually I have put her, the postal box, if you want to write cards to his mother, Donna Miller, you can. It's kind of a surprise for her. She's been used to getting friend mail in the mail, and she hasn't been getting much anymore. She's just been getting bills and flyers and stuff. So Joe was a thoughtful son and asked that, to see whether or not I could promote it out there to see who would be willing to write to her. So we've got a few people that said they're already willing. Welcome, Joseph. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and good night to some people. To steal that line from the Truman Show. I know you guys are getting a little cooler weather now too. You're probably happy for the little break. Joseph, how are things with you? My plan for, other than writing postcards, that's part of always the plan. But my plan the next week and a bit is preparing for our trip. So checking off those last minute things. I bought some new shirts. You've seen a few of them in it. I got some new shorts and some new swim trunks. We still have to get some sunscreen. We've gotten money that we might need to have while in the ports of call. I've got another appointment to do with the travel agent just to get the last few things in line as far as our itinerary, so I have that readily available whenever I need to know where we need to be next and what time we have to be in places. So first time doing a cruise, I'm kind of doing a massive checklist to make sure everything's in order. I want to not have to worry about anything when I'm out there, have it all ready. So that's what we're doing for the next week or so. We're getting the house cleaned up. There's a lot of clutter around here. We need to declutter. We need to get the floors all cleaned up and washed and dishes done, and all those little things need to be done around to prepare before we leave too. We want to have it as tidy as we can. So yeah, and then my son will still be here, so he'll take care of Polo. For those of you wondering what's happening to Polo while we're gone, it's just my wife and I going, so he gets the responsibility of taking care of the house and Polo. the other reason I talked about cleaning up my phone and taking the videos and the photos that were off there and put it on an external hard drive. I want to have as much space as I can to take new photos and new videos while I'm away. I don't want my phone to come back and say your space is full and then all of a sudden be stuck as like, oh, what am I going to do next? And then the plan when I get back is I'm going to upgrade my phone. So I want to have it as clean as possible so it's easy to transfer information from one phone to the other without taking forever. That's the hope anyways. That late September probably get a new phone. This one I've had for about 8 years now. And I am doing all my recording, all my editing, all that's being done on my phone. And so I want something that has a better camera, more storage maybe in it too, better software to help give you guys better quantity and quality when I put it out. One day it would be kind of nice to get a vlogger type camera, but I'm not at that stage yet. Let's see here. Nice having the computer in the back. That was one of the things. I was out with my son yesterday. I told him what I was doing with my videos and things on my phone. And he's like, when you get back from your trip, you should get a new computer. That's what you should, because your computer is so old. It is quite old. It needs to be updated, but everything in time, right? I said, when I get home, what I'm going to need to do is buy winter tires for the vehicle, the next expense. Am I putting a hold on my mail delivery? You mean for post-crossing, to say that I am away? I probably will, yeah. Because I won't be able to send out new cards, so... Then again, I'm only gone 10 days, so I don't know. Probably a good idea, I guess. I'm not putting a hold, though, on the delivery of my mail coming to my house. So if you're worried about cards you're sending to me, nope, they're still going to go to my P.O. box. I'm going to let the people at the post office know that I'll be away. So if it does get quite full, just put it in a bag on the side and I'll get it when I get back. Because I know them at the post office. That's one of the advantages of being a postie, so... Joseph, well, you live in a very hot part of the U.S., so I can understand why it's still 38 degrees there and not in the 20s. Okay, Isabel, good luck at work. We'll catch you when you're back in the replay group. Joe, was that the camera that you use? The DJI Osmo Pocket 3? Get a phone on contract. Rather than buying a phone, you mean? Most of our phones, our plans work that way. This particular one I did, I bought it and then I didn't have to worry about every 3 years flipping and getting a new phone. Welcome back, Basil. Hope you had a good dinner. Yeah, I wish we had better mobile plans here. They're really pretty expensive in Canada. I know in the US you can get data and everything super cheap. And the phones almost are free when you get them. All right, Joe, I'll look into the vlogger one that you're talking about, vlogger phone, DJI Osmo. Actually, I'll bring up a window here in the background, and then I can actually see exactly what it looks like. Yeah, Shara did the postcards of Polo traveling. They were super creative. She did a fantastic job with those when they were arriving. So, as far as I know, Polo doesn't have any vacation time coming up. Yeah, I see your DJI Osmo Pocket 3 vlogging camera. Pretty cool. Definitely outside of my price range right now, so maybe one day. Back on track again. Should we go outside and have a quick walk around while it's beautiful outside? That way you don't just have to look at my background. Yeah, I see it's a gimbal. I mean, it looks really cool, but it got lots of things. I've seen other vloggers use them in other YouTube channels. It's pretty small, nice view screen on it too. Really neat. Yeah, my son will be taking care of Polo while we're away, Adam Marie. All right, we're gonna go mobile here for a second. Kick off these shoes, go into something else. Flip it around. This is what we have going on here. Lots of greenery. The grass has been growing very slowly because of all the heat and very little rain. This giant weed plant, I can't wait to one day get rid of that. You can see the basketball net is gone, not much left there of that. You can see the grapes are getting nice and plump. They'll be turning color in about 3 weeks maybe. And can we see some kiwis here too? You see lots of grapes. The kiwis may be a little bit higher. I don't see any there. We'll go down the side here a bit. But you can see the vines are everywhere. And there's going to be so many grapes this year. All right. Let's go through the tunnel instead. Vines, vines, and more vines. See what's happening back in the backyard. So the apple tree, it does have, there's an apple there. There are a few apples around, but not a lot this year. And I think one of the reasons for that is I cut the tree back, and so it's in fight or flight mode. It needs to be cut back some more because it's really fighting off. The blueberries are all gone. That season has come and gone, and the birds got most of them. The raspberries are done. You can see there are some grapes back here that are actually starting to turn. So we are getting some purples. And there are some pears on the pear tree. Quite a few there. Wander up here. I don't know if you can see them or not. I can see there some of the grapes that are turning colors. There's a lot of them up there. And they're so high that those are all the bird snacks. We've opened the windows to let some fresh air in. I have not used my fire pit yet. When vacation time hits, I definitely will. Tonight might not actually be a bad night for it too. I need to mow a little bit on this side. And we need to weed a bit. I mean, this is a weed sticking out of here. This is, see that? Just pulls from the ground. Doesn't have a strong root system at all. Yeah. For the most part, things look okay, other than the grass. It's not good. I've tried year after year putting seed down, putting dirt, new soil, topsoil, manure, all sorts of things. Oh, welcome, Charmaine. So it does not do well in the shade. I haven't tried sod yet, but this year I decided I'm not trying anything. I'm going to leave it to itself. Here, there's a quick tour of what's going on. So really what we have back there still to come in are all the grapes and the kiwis and the apples and the pears are basically it. And we don't really eat the pears or the apples either, because they usually have some sort of a bug or something in them that doesn't make them good. They need to be sprayed properly, I guess. Yeah, so there's the quick walk around the house. One day we might just do another walk around the neighborhood again, show you what's going on. Won't take you to see Polo today. Maybe next weekend we can wake up Polo again and see if he'll want to be part of the live stream. I don't know if Lena's on. I didn't see if she's on. Olia, if your mom's on. Hopefully she had a nice birthday. So we'll send happy birthday greetings to her. I'd mentioned Donna Miller sending postcards to her. Well, I put her address in the description of the video too, for anyone who's interested. I talked about it yesterday. Probably talk about it again tomorrow. I thought maybe that might be something going forward. It might be something else too fun to do. Surprise cards for different people. I don't know. Always ideas and thinking about how we can use this channel to increase everybody's enjoyment around the world. Oh, Lewiston has a balloon festival going on. Are you not having good weather right now? Is it rainy there? Are you starting to get the effects of Hurricane Ernesto? Oh, Linda in Georgia, if you happen to be watching either now or in replay crew, I did get your email. I'll respond to it after. Hurricane Ernesto doesn't look like it's going to be affecting New Brunswick. It looks like it's veering off into the ocean, so I don't think we're going to get much of anything other than maybe Monday or Tuesday. Might get a little bit of rain, but it doesn't even look like a lot of that is happening either. So Charmaine, whatever you're getting down there, hopefully it would be better for your balloon festival. That's probably the same balloon festival that will come to Sussex, New Brunswick on September the 8th. So some of the balloons probably go there and then work their way up into New Brunswick for ours as well. Oh, you're getting cloudy and drizzly. Okay. But we don't have that here, as you can see. At least not yet. I think this weekend's supposed to be nice. Both Saturday and Sunday are looking good for forecasts here. We got a county fair in Virginia, Ida Marie. Are you going to go and take some pictures of it and maybe post some things on Instagram? The one thing I like about hearing, or one of many things I like about hearing and seeing people going to state fairs, is all the different combinations of food that come out. Okay, Basil, have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining the live stream. Oh, good. You plan to. That's good. Well, I'll look forward to whatever you post then to see what you find. Zutek, welcome. Aaron, it's funny that you should say that about people's profiles saying no decorations. I found my first one that said that, and it was a bit odd to hear that. But maybe what they want is they want more of a story rather than filling up the back of the postcard with stickers and washi tape. They'd rather have you write more information on it. And I can understand that if they're trying to make a contact and hear about someone's place, they'd rather do that than maybe see stickers. But it was odd too. I agreed to see someone's profile that said, please don't decorate the card. Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, it certainly would change the look of a postcard from you if they had no decorations on it. And Joe, I'm still looking at that camera in the background. It looks really cool. What's the subject of it? Like many of my lives, there is no subject. People ask questions. People talk about things. I respond to what people talk about. It's just been a way for people in the That Dad Guy community to get together and talk to each other on a weekly basis. I have regular people that watch, and when they tune in on the live streams, they get a chance to see each other. So sometimes you're going to find more comments happening in the comment fields than you do coming out of me, and sometimes I'm just reading what's coming on. So, yeah, it's a free flow format. Where are you from? Well, Charmaine, probably not all of the post-crossing profiles you see are going to have that no decoration thing on it. So it's a rarity. So maybe for one card, you get a chance to not decorate. Have I seen any interesting stamps? There are so many interesting stamps out there. Every week when I get mail into me, there's always at least one stamp that shows up that's really cool that I haven't seen before or haven't seen in a while. I received this one from Finland this week from Media. Beautiful stamp. We need to have another new stamp come out in Canada again soon. It'd be nice to see a different topic. The festival lights that came out in the US are really cool. The Dungeons and Dragons ones that came out in the United States and in Great Britain too. Really nice. Oh, you're from Poland. Well, you and Olia are both from Poland on here now. And good luck to your bid for the Olympics in 2040 and 2044. So Charmaine already got a post-crossing profile that said no decorations, okay. All right, Joe, if you have any inside information in Dubai, you let me know. Or if you find you have an extra one and you want to send it my way, feel free to do that as well. Yeah, the carnival stamps are fun. I saw a post yesterday too of some new stamps that came out that they all look like buttons for the United States. So those look like interesting stamps too. Yeah, fingers crossed for you to win the Olympics. Just I hope that whoever wins them spends the money wisely. It looks like France came in a lot less under budget than some other countries have recently, so it's good. Charmaine's going to be going to Poland soon. That's a huge trip for her. All right, Joe, cool. Thanks. I'm always amazed at the supportive nature of the community, whether it's the stamp community, the post crossing community, or the That Dad Guy community. You guys are all fantastic. Aaron agreed. USPS has been doing a fantastic job putting out new stamps and different varieties too. Yeah. I also give props to the Royal Mail because they have so much pop culture stuff that's been coming out lately that is relatable to me, so I really appreciate seeing the stuff that they've been putting out. Jackie, you just got the button stamps? How many different varieties are there of these buttons? Do I know when the Olympics will be back in Canada? We don't have any bids in for the Olympics right now, so I have no date of hearing when the Olympics will ever be back. There's some new autumn stamps that have come out, okay. You guys have had a lot of stamps come out in the US lately. I don't know if I have any of the last. I think I've used all those. Nope, that's fine. This is the last stamp that came out for us. The director. It's a nice big stamp. I like the color of it. But that's the last stamp we've issued. Amber's on from Missouri. Welcome. That's cool. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's going well. Well, the last Summer Olympics happened in 1976 in Montreal. We've also had the Winter Olympics in 1988 and in 2010, so I'm not sure when we'll get the Olympics again. But we've had 2 Winter Olympics and 1 Summer Olympics so far in Canada. Well, Item Marie's going to get to go to another Postal Museum First Day issue. That's cool. I love pre-1945 stamps, if that's what you're talking about, Zutek. And if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please phonetically write it out for me, just so I have it. Don't want to cause any offense, that's for sure. Oh, preschool has already started and you've been going through the sickness wave already. Oh, poor Amber. Yeah, not fun. September 14th, you have a ticket to go to the ceremony? Cool. September 14th is my sister Carolyn's birthday. Do I ever go through my collection and see what my stamp collection, you mean? I'm constantly going through it because I'm putting out new videos, so some of these stamps I'm either seeing for the first time or rediscovering them, so I love doing that. That's one of the reasons I put out the videos, well, when you guys can enjoy them, but for me to be refreshed on what's been in my father's collection. Stephen says, new issued stamps in Australia, the centenary of the last Cobb and Company coach, 2 stamps, and the Australian Antarctic Territory seals, 4 stamps, both with miniature sheets. And do you have some Olympic stamps too from your gold medal wins? There's 10 different designs of the buttons. Hey, I'm doing a good job keeping track of these conversations. So Jackie, what's the theme of the buttons? Why are they putting them out? Is there a special thing to go along? Are they even buttons? I'm just saying they're buttons because they're circular, but maybe they're not. Koalas in danger and 3 stamps and a miniature sheet. Oh, those are going to be cute. Zutek, perfect pronunciation. Good. Thank you very much. Agreed, Media. Koalas are cute. Everybody's on board now for koala stamps. You had 18 Olympic gold medal stamps. Were you able to collect them all, Stephen? It's the problem. When your country does well in the Summer Olympics, it gets expensive for you if they put out stamps for every one of the winners. Can you imagine if China and the United States put out stamps for every one of their 40 gold medals? Okay, so each of the buttons have one word on them. Okay. I just saw the announcement in passing. Someone had put it on Instagram, and so I liked it, and it disappeared. It was on someone's story. Joe, have you collected all the stamps from Australia for all the gold medal winners? Item Marie's got the button stamps already. I can't wait to see some different international stamps out of the U.S. rather than just the Forever Flowers. They're nice, different color every year or whatever it is, but it's nice to have variety. I'm waiting for some new ones to come out too for our U.S. and international stamps. I've been using some of the little pictorials of them. I just bought some new ones, or some more of them. In case you get them on yours, this is the international stamp, and this is the U.S. stamp. Very similar looking. You can see one says $2.92, the other says $1.40. They are different images, but that's what we have for those. Or you can use multiple stamps. And Steven says he's in the process of collecting all the Olympic ones. His post office doesn't have all of them yet. Okay. Joe hasn't been getting the Olympic issues yet from Australia. Some of the others say happy, kudos, and cheers for the other buttons. Okay. There you go. Joe and Steven can do mint swaps there. What's my average spending at NB? I'm not sure what that question means. I'm sorry, Oscar. And is that short for Australian girl now living in Canada? Spending on what? Spending on groceries, on gasoline. You have to be more specific, I think. Yeah, the solar eclipse stamps in Canada are really cool and great if you've got a black light. You can see how they work. The two stamps that we came out this year that were black light were the solar eclipse, and if you have the foundation stamp that shows the hot air balloon with all the animals in it, that one also is active under black light. Cool. I'll look forward to getting that envelope, Stephen, and seeing what the gold medal stamps look like. See, another reason why we have these lives. You guys are making exchanges and stamps within the group. We're up to 16 people on. The record is a bit, it used to be 24 or 25 on at the same time. Last week it broke it because 65 people showed up all at the very beginning of the live stream. Now, not many of them stuck around for more than 2 minutes, but fantastic, Joe. Hopefully it gets to you quickly. Amber, we just take a break whenever we need to take a break. That's the great thing about the hobby. It doesn't have to be done on the daily, and raising your 2 young kids is a full-time job, so it's very understandable that you've had to take a break. But look forward to hearing from you again when you do get back into sending cards. Joe says, why do you think so many people got on last week for the live stream? I have no idea why all of a sudden it just burst onto everybody's profile all at the same time. I've had hackers, not hackers, I've had trolls, I guess is the proper word for it, pop on, as you guys have known, and write different messages in, and we've had to kick them off and do things that way, but never had people hop on that quickly before. In the grand scheme of things, 65 people isn't a lot either, but on the channel my size, it just seemed like a lot in the live stream. No worries, Amber. Thank you so much for joining us and saying hello and letting us know that things are still going well. Hopefully the kids enjoy going to school and you get a bit of a break while they're in school and they stay healthy, because it's no fun dealing with sick kids and then maybe sick parents too as a result of that. Charmaine, are you going to get a chance to go see the balloons even in the drizzly weather? Everybody saying goodbye to Amber, which is nice. It's gone dead quiet, everybody. What else do we have to talk about? I don't know. What other new things are on the go around where you are? I was away in the Miramichi for a little while, so that's about an hour and a half north. That was earlier this week, so you may have seen a few videos of a quick tour of the city and one of the national park that I had to drive through or drive by to get there. So that was my excitement this week. Oh, you've already been there and taken a few photos? Good. Are you going to turn the photos into some cool postcards? The only disappointment I had with my trip to Miramichi was my internet connection. Everything was very slow, and so my videos didn't come out when I wanted them to come out. They were delayed. So I kind of got bunched up on Thursday. One came out late Wednesday night for me, and then early Thursday morning, and then another one early Thursday afternoon. Well, we'll look forward to seeing whatever you decide to do, Charmaine, with your pictures. They make beautiful postcards. Steven says, next month is stamp collecting month in Australia. It looks like the stamps they may be on characters from children's books or TV. Okay. Watch this space for more news. All right, will do. You can keep us posted on what's coming out. And speaking of next month and stamps, I've already talked about the 2 stamp shows that I'll be in attendance for and making videos on. Also, Stamp of the Month comes out on the first day of the month. So I'm probably going to film that ahead of time and earmark it to come out automatically. So I won't forget about Stamp of the Month, but you probably won't see what the prize is in the giveaway until I get back from my trip. That's just how it's going to work, I think, this month. We'll make some exceptions for a few things. Stamp collecting month in the US is in October. I'm not sure when it is here. Aaron's getting ready for World Postcard Day in 2024 on October 1st. Do I ever use a traditional camera? About 300 travel photos. Uh, I do have a traditional camera around. I haven't used one in a very long time, though. I don't know. I don't use cameras that have film anymore. I'm 100% digital. Even my, what I would say my traditional camera is a digital. So I haven't developed film and done that, if that's how far back in the traditional camera sense you're talking about. No, I find the quality I get just using my phone for pictures and video is just as good as my traditional camera. There are some neat things you can do with exposure with a traditional camera and delayed frames and all sorts of stuff. You probably can on a phone too if I knew how to do it, but yeah, I use almost entirely now I use my phone, and that's why I want to upgrade to another phone that is more modern and has some of the latest features. There's going to be a big stamp show in Maryland in late October. Hopefully you're going to go and get some good deals. If I had to choose, what's my favorite Beatles album? Yours is Abbey Road. Mine's probably Sgt. Pepper's. I like the variety on Sgt. Pepper, where they kind of were the first to do a lot of things. They brought in orchestras and things that wasn't really done in rock and roll too much before them for that. So yeah, probably Sgt. Pepper. Another post-crossing meetup at the stamp show, cool. And you used to use a film camera. It's been a long time since I've used film cameras. Peppers is brilliant, but what was the but for? Yeah, I think we've all, well, I won't say everybody, there are traditionalists, but most people are digital these days. It's good, there's sentimental meaning. I find that more by song than I do by album. I mean, even looking at the collection albums, the red collection and the blue collection, there's some sentimentality there for me, because when the Beatles put out albums, I wasn't alive yet. So when I started listening to them, I started listening to them on the collection albums that had the years. So whether it was the Red album, which I think went up to about 64 or 65, and then the Blue album was 66 to 70 or something like that. I remember listening to those on my Walkman outside my brother's bedroom. He would give me the tapes to listen to, and so that's the sentimentality for me versus looking at just an overall Beatles album when it came out. What do we have going on here? Okay, Media has a digital album or a digital camera as well as her phone. Joe says he's a little bit lazy, sort of. This his room's a mess, sort of some stamps and covers, and it's all over. My wife's at the back now to settle the room. Yeah, you see my office. Mine is exactly the same, Joe. There's stuff everywhere. Item Marie, Beatles songs versus the album, correct. And Stephen, I don't think I've heard of any of those kid shows before. Definitely an Australian thing. So it'll be interesting to see what the stamps look like. I know Babe, about the pig. I remember that movie. Tapes and Walkman, that's what we grew up with, right? At least I grew up. The 8-track had just finished its life, so I didn't really have any 8-tracks. We didn't have a car that played 8-tracks. Even the cars we had at the start didn't have a tape deck in them either. That was a huge thing when our car got a tape deck in it. But yeah, Walkmans, and then it went to Discmans. And then the iPods. Charmaine uses a Nikon D3400 for her shooting all her beautiful pictures. Yeah, VCRs. We had a VCR. We rented a VCR for the longest time until I think my brother bought the first one. And then DVD players came in. We never had laser discs. I did have a friend that had a laser disc player. I thought it was really cool, but luckily it didn't catch on with everybody. I think I still have a Walkman in the basement in a box somewhere. Olia uses a Nikon D5100. Yeah, I think people that are camera people that are real photographers, I don't consider myself a real photographer. I love taking pictures and video, but if you want to capture that beautiful up-close image of an animal or a dewdrop or something like that, you need to have a proper camera, I think. Yeah, actually, while I was away in Miramichi, I was watching the story of Netflix and Blockbuster, how Blockbuster grew to fame and overexpanded itself and didn't catch on quick enough with DVDs to where Netflix came out. And I remember using Netflix to order movies in, and you get them in a couple days in a sleeve, and you had a week or whatever, and then you turned around and you sent it back to them before Netflix became a streaming service. And I remember all the video stores that we used to have that we'd go down to, and they used to have a box full of their old movie posters that you could have for free when the movies had come and gone, and they just wanted to change up the posters they had on the wall, so that was a fun memory. Oh, Olia's camera's a him. Well, I hope he doesn't act up too often when you're taking the pictures. You remember Netflix when you had to mail back the DVDs? Do you remember that? The initial part of their company before they were online streaming service? I know I'm not the only older person on this line. Okay, Stephen, maybe I need to look up Skippy just to see if I know the image. Let's I do not know Skippy. I see him. He's a kangaroo. Oh, I've never seen him before. Oh, you had one of those TVs with the built-in DVD players? I remember those well. Yeah, when Netflix came out and it was online mailing DVDs, that was what changed everything. Didn't have to worry about late fees with Blockbuster anymore. But you did have to wait a couple days to get your DVD. You didn't have to rewind because they were DVDs. That was even better. But Blockbuster was iconic. I mean, to go in there on a Friday night and go through, 40 copies of the same movie when the new rentals came out, and to go by the different sections and see what was there and to pick out what movies you were going to watch over the weekend was fun. Be kind, rewind, yep, for sure. Yeah, those were good memories. We had a black and white TV when I was growing up. It was amazing when we got a color TV. I was like, wow. But we were probably not the first on the block with a color TV. There were a lot of people well before us. Idea says she missed her chocolate while she was in Spain because Spain was 36 degrees Celsius. Not a great place for chocolate because it just melts like crazy. I don't know if I'd want to be in a place that didn't have chocolate all the time. I'm sure it comes in different forms though. Joseph, I've heard about the last standing Blockbuster. It's a holdout. Everybody goes there for just reminiscing about the days gone by. Ooh, Charmaine, your folks must have been well off if they had the first color TVs. Anytime there was new technology, whether it was the VCR when it came out or the Betamax, DVD player, they were so expensive until enough people had them and then the price point dropped down. So I think the same thing with color TVs. I would think probably my siblings could confirm or not, but probably was 1979 or 1980 before we had a color TV in our house. We definitely had it by the time Charles and Diana got married, so. Oli is playing Sims 4, going through a psychiatric hospital and asylum. I haven't played Sims, well, I have played Sims, but I haven't played since there was multiple numbers. That shows how long ago. Sim City, I loved playing that back in the day. That was one of my favorites. And then The Sims came out where you could actually be a person and grow their life. That was cool. Joe got his first, or his dad got his uncle bought the first TV in 1988 from Toshiba. First color TV in 88. Our TVs are almost like a computer these days. I would say I spend more time on my phone than on anything else, whether it's TV or computer. I used to love playing video games. I just haven't had the time to do it anymore, or haven't made the time to do it anymore. I have a couple games. I have Megapolis, which is an online app game, building city, kind of like The Sims. So I still play that. I've been playing that for years. I used to play The Simpsons for a long time too. Probably played that for 10 years before I finally gave up because there were some glitches in it that were annoying me. Aaron doesn't own a TV anymore. Wow, okay. Olia, you have a fun life. You've got lots of good distractions going on, so enjoy your Sims. Atari. We had an Atari. My first computer in the house was the Atom, which was part of the ColecoVision line. So you had an Atom computer, and if you wanted to play video games, you had the Coleco. And we had a Commodore 64. That was the computer and monitor that I had in my bedroom for my own personal computer. But we had an Atari 2600 too for video games at one point. So that's when I was a gamer. I was a gamer on a Commodore 64 and a ColecoVision. my kids certainly have had different Nintendos and PlayStations and all that sort of stuff. Xbox. I guess we haven't had a PlayStation, we've had Xboxes. Of course, I remember Pong, the original tennis or ping pong game. Oh, Ida Marie didn't get to have a computer growing up. Maybe you're better for that. Normally I would have cut this live off by now. We're over the hour mark, but it's an interesting dialogue, hearing what people have had, what their experiences with computers and video game systems were. But we will have to come to an end here in a minute. Yeah, those of us of a certain age, those of us that are Generation X, grew up kind of before technology and then have experienced it through. And those of us that are Generation Z or millennials have had a different experience. The online boom of the internet and things like that. We were the birth of email and all that stuff. But they have just had explosions. And then there are some of us that are baby boomers too. Stephen was in high school. The most advanced thing was the secretary's electric typewriter. I can say when I took typing class in school, it was on a VIC-20 or a Commodore 64, so it wasn't the traditional typewriter. Now I do have a typewriter in the basement that is my father's that he used to always do his stuff on, so I have been exposed to typewriters. You finished high school just after I was born, so that puts things in perspective. Stephen is a baby boomer too. Yeah, my kids in school, they had to have laptops for school. So the notebook and things had kind of gone away by the time they got to high school, especially since COVID. Yeah, the downside of the newest generation is they don't learn cursive. So writing is a little bit more difficult for them. There you go. Charmaine and Stephen are of the same age. Well, folks, I think I better say goodbye. We'll wrap this up for another week. And I better get to some of the cleaning and things that I've got to do around the house. Thanks so much for all the comments, all the great suggestions of things to talk about, and all the wonderful new ways we get to learn about each other. So always looking forward to the Saturday's lives and the people that come on to see it. So thank you so much. Once again, I know it's been a little low-key, but that's okay. Every once in a while we need to have a little bit of low-key as well. Everyone, have a magical week.